Welcome to this video, and today I'm going to be talking about choosing love over fear. When you're on a spiritual awakening journey, a Kundalini awakening journey, and even if you're not, choosing love over fear can be a very powerful, very profound act of service, not only to yourself, but also for others. And there are so many situations in life, so many times in life where we aren't choosing love. We're choosing out of fear. We're choosing out of this feeling of lack, this feeling of insecurity, or these thoughts in our head that come up and we can't explain them. We don't know where they come from, but they're still there. And so, one of the questions I got asked the other day was, how can we choose love over fear? What does that actually look like? And how can we make our decisions from this place instead of letting our mind control us through fear, letting our heart guide us through love? And I think for me, the biggest way I found to choose from that love place is to start looking at the things that make me feel good, the things that nourish me, the things that help me feel safe and secure and comforted. And, not every choice is going to be easy. And sometimes choosing love is a much more challenging option than we would originally think. And it's really easy to get stuck in those fear loops and those fear cycles, especially when we've made it a habitual pattern and when we've kind of made that, when we've normalized that behavior, it can really keep us trapped. And so when you're making the switch from choosing out of fear to choosing out of love, the biggest thing to ask yourself when making these decisions is, am I choosing this out of love or fear? If your body's all tense and tight and you're stressed and you're feeling anxious, is that choice really going to be for your highest good? Or is it a fear based thought that's controlling you and guiding you down a path that may not actually be suitable for you? And on the flip side, if you're tapping into your body, your mind, your spirit when making a choice, and you're feeling light and you're feeling spacious and you're feeling expansive and you're feeling free, or maybe excited and passionate and motivated, that's a choice out of love and not out of fear. And so, one of the greatest indicators for us when we're making these choices to choose love over fear is listening to the wisdom of our body and letting that guide the way versus just what our rational mind or our intuition is telling us. The mind is not wrong, the mind is not evil, and your intuition will always guide you in the ways that serve your highest good. But it's important to be very clear when tapping in to the wisdom of the body, because the body doesn't lie. And when you're just starting out doing these kinds of practices, it's an easier way to get clearer signals that are more readily available than, you know, what your thoughts and your mind might be telling you. So when you're doing this, just really maybe taking a moment, closing down your eyes. And what I like to do is ask my body, which choice is more expansive, A or B? And I'll close my eyes and I'll take a deep breath for A and I'll take a deep breath for B. And whichever breath felt more expansive, more nourishing, more full, more complete is usually the path that is the path of love. And if there's a breath that feels very restrictive and tight and um, kind of suffocating, then that tells me that's more of a fear-based decision, more of a fear-based pathway. So that's one of the tools that I use to help me discern whether I'm choosing out of love or I'm choosing out of fear, because this is a big distinction, because throughout the day we make so many choices, and if we're constantly letting ourselves get ruled by fear, we're going to live in a more stressful, more fear-based state, living more on autopilot, doing things more out of habit than out of joy, love, happiness, expansion, growth. And the other thing I wanted to note is, just because a decision's made out of love doesn't mean that it may not be incredibly scary in the moment. Sometimes those decisions of love can take a lot of courage, a lot of strength, and a lot of resolve to do what you need to do, even if it's scary, even if it's challenging, even if it's the harder path. Because a lot of the times when we make these fear-based decisions, they're more based around, you know, not necessarily what's convenient, but sometimes they are the easier choice because it's habitual, because it's an old pattern that you're not ready to release. There are so many ways that we can get trapped in these cycles. And so this is one of the things I look at when making choices in my own life is, am I making this choice out of fear, or am I making this choice out of love, and which path is the most expansive for me? Because that's going to really guide you to where you need to be and to what steps you need to take on the next steps along your soul journey. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And if you're interested, you can check out my Soul Seekers course down below in the description. It's absolutely free, and it will guide you to finding unity in body, mind, heart, and soul, so that you can so that you can start making more choices out of love and not fear. Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day.